Hello, my name is Nina Ivy Ishokir, and I'm the Director of Library Services at Clinton College. Today, I'm presenting from Rock Hill, South Carolina. I'd also like to acknowledge that I'm a guest on the traditional unceded land of the Catawba people.
Hello, my name is Cliff Landis, and I'm the Digital Initiatives Librarian at the Atlanta University Center Robert W. Woodruff Library. Today I'm presenting from Atlanta, Georgia, and I would like to also acknowledge that I'm a guest on the traditional unceded land of the Muskogee Creek Nation. Thanks to DLF and the HBCU Library Alliance for welcoming us to speak with all of you today.
We're so excited to show you how the HBCU Library Alliance is sustaining its member community through 3 digital initiatives. The HBCU Library Alliance has been actively engaged in providing online access and digital preservation for significant historical content from its member institutions since the mid-2000s. Highlighting the unique history of these institutions worldwide is important to scholarship and provides an authentic and full view of the role of the HBCU in the education of African Americans. Today, we're going to briefly cover 3 HBCU Library Alliance digital initiatives: the Digital Collections Portal, the forthcoming Distributed Digitization Partnership, and the MetaArchive Cooperative for Digital Preservation. A digital collection celebrating the founding of historically Black colleges and universities is a collection of primary resources from HBCU libraries and archives. It includes several thousand scanned pages and represents HBCU libraries' first collaborative effort to make a historic collection digitally available. Collections are contributed from the member libraries of the Historically Black College and University Library Alliance. The collection includes photographs, university correspondence, manuscripts, images of campus buildings, alumni letters, memorabilia, and programs from campus events. These images present HBCUs as cultural, social, and political institutions from the early 1800s until today. Here are the members of the HBCU Library Alliance who already have digital collections available. But with this upcoming distributed digitization pilot project, we're hoping to expand this list. First, to provide some context and background about this initiative. Work on a digital collection celebrating the founding of the historically Black college and university started in 2005 with funding from the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. And so began a 5-year partnership with Lyrasis and Cornell University. Participating libraries gained expertise in digitization, metadata, digital preservation. Libraries digitized their content in-house and uploaded it to a portal. Platform selected for online access was Content DM, hosted by the AUC Robert Woodruff Library. Scope of the collection: public domain documents and photographs representing his institutional history and founding of participating libraries. Each institution was limited to 1,000 images. By 2010, 23 institutions contributed content for a total of 16,300 images. This was the same time when the HBCU Library Alliance joined MetaArchive. And in 2018, we migrated from a locally hosted Content DM server at the AUC Woodruff Library to OCLC's hosted cloud version. As of this year, we began meta harvesting into the Digital Library of Georgia and the Digital Public Library of America for expanded access and discoverability. The AUC Woodruff Library continues to provide technical support and Content DM and MetaArchive. We've been tracking the usage of the collection since 2013. This has been done on a monthly basis using Google Analytics. Metrics collected include page views, unique visitors, and visits. This shows all the collections combined. We do track use by institution, so I can provide the information if you're interested. We're very happy to see the usage is increasing. Now let's talk a little bit about the history of Clinton College. Clinton Junior College was one of many schools established by the African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church during Reconstruction to help eradicate illiteracy among freemen. The oldest institution of higher education in Rock Hill, South Carolina, it has operated continuously for 110 years. In 1894, presiding elder Nero A. Crockett and Reverend W. M. Robinson founded Clinton Institute and named it for Bishop Caleb Isam Clinton, the Palmetto Conference presiding bishop at the time, and also the great-grandfather of George Clinton, the musician. Incorporated as Clinton Normal and Industrial Institute on June 22nd, 1909, the school was authorized to grant state teacher certificates. Building on the successful digital archive initiative already in place by the HBCU Library Alliance, the AUC Woodruff Library and Clinton College proposed to pilot a year-long project to add new digital collection content to the portal from Clinton College of approximately 100 new digital objects. This project will include training for Clinton College staff to perform the selection of content to be scanned, digitized, and metadata creation following professional best practices and standards.
So with an increase in usage and a desire to expand the collections, we've developed a pilot project between the HBCU Library Alliance and member institutions Clinton College, where Nina is, and the AUC Robert W. Woodruff Library, where I'm at. So the goal of this pilot project is to develop and test a distributed digitization workflow that could potentially be expanded to other HBCU Library Alliance member institutions. For this pilot project, we're setting a modest goal of 100 digital objects from Clinton College. The items will be selected, digitized, and described at Clinton College, and then the resulting files will be transferred to the AUC Woodruff Library using Exactly and Dropbox. Next, the content will be QC'd for quality control and ingested into both Content-DM for the access derivative files and MetaArchive for the source scans and metadata. Good documentation is the lifeblood of both digitization workflows and distributed projects like this. So we chose GitHub for our workspace and documentation since it's free, allows for collaborative editing and version control, and provides a neutral, centralized space for us to develop policies, procedures, and workflows. And as an added bonus, well-documented projects like this are always ready to quickly turn into a scholarly article for publication. So fingers crossed there. So for the project timeline, we're really excited about the pilot project because it will give us the opportunity to build out a workflow that can be sustainable and scalable to other member libraries. So we hope to work out any bugs this year in order to have a smoother onboarding process and training for future partners. The end goal of the project is to ensure that we increase the access as well as the digital preservation security for the hidden treasures at our member institutions. And this will also further sustain the HBCU Library Alliance community by collectively leveraging our shared expertise. So that covers access and digitization. Let's turn to digital preservation. So the HBCU Library Alliance has been a collaborative member of MetaArchive since 2010. The MetaArchive is a community-based digital preservation network. As a community-based digital preservation network, MetaArchive strives to remain affordable and transparent while ensuring that member institutions have a greater degree of control over their own content. And the way that that works is that 5 member storage nodes are assigned to ingest the new content, which is done via the LOCKS software. So lots of copies keep stuff safe. Currently, the HBCU Library Alliance has 458 gigabytes of preserved data in the network from 17 different institutions. The MetaArchive Technical Committee, which I'm on, is currently investigating options, or excuse me, which we're both on, because Nina and I are both members of the Technical Committee. It's currently investigating options for the future growth of the network. A lot is changing as institutions are moving away from hosting servers on site and instead moving to cloud storage, as cloud storage is much more inexpensive. Also, the LOCKS software itself is changing, moving over to LOCKS 2.0. So we'll see what the future brings for MetaArchive, but digital preservation, as we all know, needs constant adaptation.
We hope we have provided an overview and update of these initiatives so to spark further discussions and moving these initiatives forward. Some of the opportunities we see are growing the collections, expanding the number of institutions, and expanding the scope of what's in the portal.
Challenges include things like standardizing metadata and workflows, planning for organizational sustainability, and ensuring that digital preservation is consistently maintained into the future. However, these challenges are not really insurmountable at all, as we believe that the Alliance has a solid infrastructure in place to move these initiatives forward. And with that, we hope we gave a great overview of these 3 digital initiatives, and we thank you for your time and attention today.
Thank you for your time.